In this video, I will show you how to create a responsive web page using HTML and CSS. This is Facebook landing page. And I will show you how to create this page. Let's start. For this project, I will be using Poppins font. And to get this font, go to fonts.google.com and search for Poppins. And select 300, 400, 500, 600 and 700. And we will import this code inside our CSS. And inside body, font family Poppins. I have downloaded this logo and placed inside the images folder. If you are new to VS Code, I have a separate video on how to use VS Code and which extensions I am using. Link will be in the description. First, I will create a basic HTML template using exclamation mark and press enter. When we create a responsive web page, we need to start coding for mobile device first. So here we have our two sections, main and a footer section. And inside our main, we have two subsections. I will name it column logo and column form. And below our main contents, we have footer. Inside this logo section, we have logo and a heading. I am using live server extensions, so when I save the contents, I can see the changes in the browser. Inside our form section, we have a form container with a white background, two inputs, one for email and another for password, login button, forgot password link and create new account button. Outside the form container, we have a paragraph, and when I hover on the create page, there is an underline. and outside the form container. We have a paragraph with the create a page link. We have our main contents. Now in the footer, it has two list groups, one here and second one here, and below that there is a Facebook copyright text in small fonts. So in the footer we need two oil tags to create the list items. And small tag for the copyright text. These are all links. So inside the li tag, we need anchor tag. Copy the contents or type inside the anchor tag. The last one inside the first oil tag is a button. We don't need anchor tag for that one. We have finished our HTML contents. Before we start styling, I will link our CSS file to our HTML page. And first, I will remove default padding and margin values given by our browser. And also I will add box sizing border box. Inside the body, I will change background color and default font color. And to see this, right click and select Inspect. In the DevTools, click on Toggle Device Toolbar. Once you select this, you can see device list here. Select mobile device to see the web page inside a mobile device. If you can see the device frame, click on More Options and select Show Device Frame. These are available for only a few items in this list. So I will right click, select Inspect. Toggle Device Toolbar is selected and I will select the device as iPhone. For our main contents, that is for our logo section and form section, I will give height 85 VH. And I will give position relative because we are going to move our main contents to the center. Main contents are inside this row division and I will be using position absolute on this row class to make it center. For our footer, height will be remaining 15-ish and background color white. Before giving position absolute, I will give display flex, justify content space around, align item center, and flex direction column. When you give display flex, the child items that are called logo and called form, they will place side by side. When I give flex direction column, instead of being side by side, it comes top and bottom. Now I will make it in center of the main tag. Inside the row, we have called logo and called form. For called logo, I will give text align center and some padding. Now for called form, I will give text align center and a max width of 80%. We need to reduce the size of this image and reduce font size for this heading. So inside our called logo, I will give max width 400 pixels for our image. And for the H2 tag, reduce font weight to 400, some padding and line height. And for our form container, background color is white. Some border radius, box shadow, margin bottom, and padding. For our inputs and login button, we need to give 100% width, some margin, increase the height and font size. We need to give email address or phone number placeholder for first input and password for the second one. And for our input, we need to change the border color, font color, padding, and remove this outline. When it is in focus, we need to add a border color and box shadow. And now for our login button, we need to give background color, remove the border, add border radius, change font weight and font color, give some padding. Now for the forgot password anchor tag, we need to reduce the font size, remove the underline, give some paddings and a border bottom. When we hover on it, we need the underline. Now, for create new account, we need to give background color, border radius, font size, padding, font color, font weight, and some margin top. It is outside the form container, but inside conform. And now for our footer contents, we need to give display flex and give flex wrap. And we need to remove the underline and give some padding. I will wrap the footer contents. Inside another class. Because for larger devices, we need to limit the width for the footer contents. We need to give border bottom for the first oil tag. And last child inside the first oil tag. We need to give background color, border, remove the outline, give some padding, font weight, and maybe font size. For the list items, we need to give padding right, reduce the font size, and change font color. Now to remove the underline, we need to give text decoration none. And when we hover on it, we need to bring back the underline. Now for the small tag, I will give font size 10 pixels and give some padding. When the device is in the landscape mode, we need to place these two contents side by side. To make the page responsive, we use media queries. That is, we write at media screen and we will specify minimum device width, height, or max device width, height, or orientation. In this case, our orientation is in landscape, and I will give min device width, maybe 320 pixels, and max device width (780 pixels). Now when we write code inside this one, it will affect only devices with following parameters. So first, I will give flex direction, row, give 50% width for our logo section, make it left aligned and reduce the padding, and I will give 40% width for our call form. The same code can be applied for iPad in portrait mode. I will reduce this height for iPads in portrait mode. Minimum screen width will be maybe 700 pixels and maximum 1100. Now when it's in landscape mode, we need to make this content side by side. For that, I will remove orientation and give min base width only. We can increase the font size of our heading. And I will give max width 500 pixels for our input and buttons. We need to increase the font size. and margin as well. For the paragraph, outside the form container, I have given font size 16 pixels. And now for our list items, I will increase the font size to 14 pixels. And for Facebook copyright, I will give font size 13 pixels. We need to give max width for our row also. If you want to try this with CSS preprocessor such as SCSS, mention it in the comment section. I will create next video responsive Facebook landing page using SCSS. See you next week. Bye guys.